First and foremost, I have never proclaimed to be a prophetess, evangelist, a pastor. I have never gave myself any type of title. I'm a daughter of Zion. And when Yahuwah teaches me something, he tells me to share to the kingdom of Judah, because that's the lost sheep that has been scattered in the four corners of the earth. So I'm being obedient to them. So many people from the Gentile nation are calling me a false prophet. So before I go into what a false prophet is, which won't be this video, it'll be a video, I'm going to talk about the scripture that they're referring to calling me these names. So we're going to look at Jeremiah 14:14 and Jeremiah 23:25-32. Now, was he talking to a Gentile or any Christians? No, Jeremiah was not speaking to any Gentiles or to any Christians, because there's no such thing as a Christian. Yahushua had not even came into the flesh yet. The message was to Judah, the southern kingdom of Israel, specifically to Israelites, priests, prophets, and people who had broken covenant with Yahuwah. These were the Hebrew people, children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Israel, under the Torah, the covenant of Sinai and Mosaic priesthood. Jeremiah was rebuking false prophets who were deceiving Israelites, lying in the name of Yahuwah, and leading Judah into idolatry and judgment, like they are today with Christianity and being Islam. Jeremiah's warnings were directed to Yahuwah's covenant people, not to Gentiles, not to Christians, and exposed the danger of fake prophetic voices within the house of Israel. Now, the other scripture that I want me to review is 1 Timothy 1:3-8. Was Paul speaking to the Gentiles or to Christians? That's what the question was. Yes, but not how Christianity defines it. Paul was writing to Timothy, a young Israelite believer whose mother was Hebrew and the father Greek, Acts 16:1, who was a teacher over assemblies in Ephesus, which included Israelite believers in Yahushua from the lost tribes scattered abroad, converted Gentiles who turned from idolatry and joined the assembly. But Paul's letters were not written to Christians in the modern religious sense. They were written to those who believed in Yahushua as a Messiah, were grafted into the commonwealth of Israel, Ephesians 2:12-19, kept Torah, learned the prophets, and walked in faith and obedience. Christians is a modern world means Gentiles in a Romanized religion, celebrating pagan holidays, rejecting the commandments, and worshiping a Greek Jesus divorced from Israel. That is not who Paul was addressing. So I want that to be clear. So I want you to understand the Bible is written to and for about Israel and those who join themselves to Israel through covenant. It says in the last days that anyone that believes in Yahuwah and Yahushua must cleave to Israel in the last days. I didn't write it. That's what the word says. Jeremiah rebuked Israelite leaders who corrupted Yahuwah's word. Paul warned a mixed assembly, mostly Israelites, some Gentiles, to guard the faith from false teaching. The modern Christianity faith, or Christian church as we know, it did not exist in their time and is often disconnected from the Hebrew roots and covenant identity of the true faith. So, many today are claiming God said, preaching peace, tolerance, and false unity. But like in Jeremiah's day, Yahuwah has not sent them. And like in Paul's time, people are arguing about the law, twisting scripture, and teaching fables while ignoring sound doctrine. That's why the remnant is being called to come out of her. Revelations 18:4, return to the true covenant and prepare for the return of Yahushua. Not to escape, but to rule and reign with him, because Yahushua will be king at the end, and the Israelites is going to be reigning and ruling, no other nation.